Welcome back to 0 to 60, and today I'm going to drop the oil on the M5 and check the condition to see if it has improved over this week, and yeah, find out if I can take it to Euro Day tomorrow, which has come up super quickly. Basically, this week I managed to put about 200 kilometers on the car, which is a pretty good effort, and I'm hoping that should be enough to give it that extra flush that it needed and wash all the oil and debris out from anywhere it may have been hiding. The car is, well, just below running temp. It's been idling for a while. So I'm just going to crack the oil filter housing, throw it up on the hoist, drop the oil and see what it looks like. That's about all there is to it. Let's do it. Okay, you might have seen on the time lapse there, but I've basically dropped everything and I cut the filter open and had a quick sieve through. The oil that came out of the car looks still very clean, so it's definitely not, flushing out a load of crap from the engine, like just dirty build-up. The car's definitely been on top of its oil changes, but I knew that from when I did the rod bearings, and it was pretty clean internally. But it did feel nice and clean. It was quite transparent when you got it on your fingers. You could. Yeah, it was almost clear. And in the filter, I was really happy with the filter. It hadn't discolored very much either. There was really not much in there at all. And I think I only found 2 or 3 small pieces of metal. Whereas previously I was finding chunks or big flakes and many more than 2 or 3 as well. So I was pretty happy with the filter. And then tipped the oil out of the drain pan. And I had a look in the bottom of the drain pan and there is still glitter in there. I don't know if the GoPro is gonna bring that up, but I got some pictures outside with my phone, so I'll overlay that now. I wouldn't normally say that that's too much of an issue, or the end of the world, I should say, but after having only 200 kilometers on the oil, I don't think, like, that seems like a fair bit of glitter for 200 kilometers. I also don't know what that glitter is, but it's definitely an improvement from the last change. So what I'm thinking now is I'll throw a new filter and oil in it again, and I'll do a similar thing, but I'll check the oil in 1,000 kilometers this time rather than 200. So I'll put maybe 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers. In terms of Euro Day tomorrow, I'm definitely I'll take the car, it'll be fine to drive, so I'll drive it down there, even if it just parks up and we just spectate all day and go out in the 335. In terms of taking this thing on the track, it's not a proper track day. You only really accelerate along the main straight and you can't come around the last corner flat out, so you're not on the gas for very long, but still it's gonna be a hot day, so it's gonna be a pretty demanding day on the cars, even though it's not a proper track day. But look, it's still got the standard ESS tune, there's no intercooler, there's no nothing. It's gonna be 40 plus degrees tomorrow, so it's not gonna be, this thing's going to be pulling timing pretty seriously. It's not going to be a weapon out there, but it should still be a lot of fun. But I'm pretty happy with that. With the glitter, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. And the next oil change in 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers, I will do another oil analysis test as well. Speaking of which, the results did come back late yesterday, and the results showed that there was increased levels of lead, iron and zinc. In their report, they didn't actually say that it was too bad. They just said to monitor the filter and the oil and to do another test at the next service interval, which is what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I guess I can basically just send it. No, I'm not going to send it. Not going to send it yet. But all in all, it's not too bad. And I think I just had a heart attack the other day when I saw those big chunks of metal still in the filter, but like a lot of you guys said, it probably just needed another flush. So there we go. Hopefully the 4th oil will clear it out. And look, after maybe the glitter parts are still clearing out as well. So in another 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers, it might not be any worse than that as well. So we'll see. The one last thing I do want to check before heading down to Euro Day tomorrow, mechanically or for the engine, is try and hear for any rattles or anything in the timing on the timing chains, because again, we know that they are notorious with these S62s, so there's a good chance that glitter is coming from something on the timing chain system, whether it's the chain itself or something else is rubbing. Maybe it's rubbing on the timing case, something like that. So I'll grab the stethoscope and I'll just have a quick listen, because you can't hear anything from the outside of the engine, especially when the supercharger's on. That's all you can hear. But even when the supercharger was off, you still can't hear any grinding or rubbing or slapping or anything like that. So I'll grab the stethoscope, I'll have a listen on different various spots around the front of the engine and see if we can pick anything up. There's a good chance that it's going to be something timing related rubbing that's causing that glitter. I actually just got Andrew to rev the car then as well. Just some little revs to take tension on and off the timing chain in case it was that, in case I could hear any slapping, but I cannot pick anything up. By the way, if you've never used a stethoscope on the engine, I highly recommend it. Even if you haven't got anything wrong, it's awesome to just listen to the different components of the engine and different parts of the engine to hear all the different noises. They are so effective. It is a brilliant tool to diagnose issues and different symptoms and whatnot. And you can just put it on everything. Although, actually, you can put it on the oil lines. You can hear the oil pumping through them, and the same on the coolant hoses. And everything you touch makes a different noise. You can hear, like on the water pump, you can hear the impeller. I couldn't hear any slapping or knocking or ticking. The only unusual noise was coming from this Vanos unit, and on the rocker cover on this side of the engine, on this bank, there was a slight whirling noise. It doesn't sound, it's not aggressive, it wasn't bad, and it didn't change with the revs. Like, it didn't get worse or better as tension came on and off the timing chain, but it was there. And it was more noticeable on this side than on that side, which was weird. So I'm thinking maybe that is the timing chain hitting something. But when I dropped the two sumps, there was no pieces of guides in there. They look okay through the oil inspection hole, sorry, through the oil fill hole. But there is no proof of the timing chains ever being done on this engine. So there's a good chance that is the source of metal. It could be rubbing on something else. A lot of guys have said that the chains on these engines just need to be done. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I will just, I'll keep monitoring the oil. I will do the oil again in 1,000 kilometers. But even before then, I will just order a full timing chain kit and put that on the to-do list. And it'll come from America, so it'll probably take a little while. Plus, I'm not going to be driving the car much. So maybe in 500 to 1,000 kilometers, maybe that's when, I'll attack the timing chains. If you think I'm crazy, or if you think I'm on the right track, please do let me know, because again, a lot of you guys know a hell of a lot more about these engines than I do. So yeah, please do let me know your thoughts. But look, as for now, I will take it to Euro Day and have a little bit of fun. I'm not one of those guys that don't have any mechanical sympathy anyway. Even if I knew this engine, if this had just been rebuilt and run in and was 100% bulletproof, there is no way in hell I'm going to be one of those guys that just sits there on the limiter doing skids or burnouts or drifts or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that, particularly with this engine. But with that said, it's getting a bit later in the afternoon now, and I've got a lot of work to do to get this thing ready. It hasn't been washed yet. I've got to, all the oil and filter's done. That's done. I can put that away. What I will do, or what I need to do, is the windscreen mold, because that looks terrible, and give these headlights a bit of a buff to bring some life back into them, and give it a full wash and clean and get some tire shine on it as well. So I'm going to get stuck into that. And it's all pretty boring stuff, so I won't show you now, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'll see you in a sec. Go. Well, that's not gone well. I believe the last thing I said to you guys was I'll quickly do some bits and pieces and then show you how good the car looks when it's all done. Well, that was quite some time ago. In fact, it's nearly midnight, and I'm gonna concede, and the M5 won't be going to Euro Day tomorrow, or today, this morning. Unfortunately, it was all going okay. I actually forgot to mention that I also did end up getting 2 of the O2 sensors. There were the post-cat ones and the AFR sensor. The pre-cat O2 sensors didn't get delivered on Friday, unfortunately, but so I had to throw all those O2s in. I really wanted to get that sorted before heading down to the track or for Euroday, or well, even before doing any more driving, to be honest with you. I just wanted to make sure it is running as it should be. So I put them in, that was all good. Started tidying everything up, vacuumed the interior, gave that a bit of a freshen up because I wanted to look good for tomorrow. And when it came to doing the windscreen mould, I bought a genuine windscreen mould from Coastline BMW. And I've done many windscreen moulds before. In fact, we actually made a video of doing an E92 one on the channel, which you can see just on a mate's car. We fitted it for him, Andrew and I. And I thought the E39 was going to be really easy, but for some reason this one will not go on, and I've been trying for over 2 hours now. Andrew came up about an hour ago just to make sure that I wasn't retarded, and yeah, within 10 minutes of him trying, he said that there's just no way that mould is going to go on that windscreen. It looks like quite possibly what could have happened is at some point, or whenever this screen was installed, the previous windscreen mould could have been installed on the windscreen before it was actually in the car, but it was just on the stands, and then the entire screen with the moulds glued and Sikaflexed in place on the car. It's not right. Normally you can push them in a little bit, get it started, and then you can use a trim removal tool to sort of just tweak it fully on, tweak it on properly, but I can't even... Well, I can get it started in some spots, but in some spots it's not even close to going in. And then using the trim tool completely, I was even pushing so hard in some spots that it's actually kinked the metal in the rubber. And it just being a brand new genuine windscreen mould is a bit of a bummer. But I was a little bit disappointed that I won't be able to get it to Euroday. But looking on the bright side, this means that I'll be able to go down with Andrew in the 335, and we should actually be able to get some... Well, we should be able to film the day a little bit better when not both of us are driving, because... yeah, so I'll try and do most of the filming and get a bit better of a perspective on what actually happens on the day, and of course a few races in that 335, because this was going to be fun to have there and make some noise and have it on show, but it's still not finished yet. The painter still hasn't done the mirrors or the roof rails, so I've got no roof rails, and I've got the dirty old parts car 5 Series mirrors on there, which doesn't look right. There's other bits and pieces that I want to do to it as well to get it looking proper. Still hasn't had a wet sand or a buff after being painted. And of course, now the windscreen mould doesn't go in. So it's just not meant to be, but that's all good. So hopefully we can just head out, do lots of laps in Andrew's car, not have any problems, and win a lot of races. And yeah, we'll try and tee up a few special races as well and capture what we can on film. So it's not a complete loss. It should still be a brilliant day. I know a lot of subscribers are going to be there as well, so I'm looking forward to actually meeting a lot of you guys. But as for now, I really better pack up, turn the lights and the fans off in here, go and have a shower, because Declan's going to be here in about 5.5 hours. And yeah, still got a lot to get sorted. God, I'm getting tired. I do apologise. But as always, thank you very much for watching. If you just stumbled across this video doing some Euroday research or something, then while you're here, please hit that subscribe button. If you've watched this far into the video, it'd be much appreciated. And then we'll see you on the next one, and you get to see all the races from Euroday as well. So we'll catch you then. Cheers, guys. Peace out.